As Blasters, we're going to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. This is going to be a second installment. This is the one that Mr. Shmogs is liking. So this is in his case. Each of them have a case of 12, which is my knives, but they kind of claimed them. So they're going to be looking through, talking about why they like it, talking about the knives itself, and then we're going to be going through them now. So they are going to stay closed. I'm not going to be opening it. So they are going to be handling the knives. Let me know as far as what your opinion is on that. But they do not come in here and mess with things. So we're going to start off on the top left. So what do you like about this one here? Yes?
Dad, can I just hold them all by myself?
Yep.
So this one...
You gotta hold it.
So this one is what is it? A QSP.
Yep. QSP. This is the Penguin.
And you think that it's bumpy, but it's not.
You gotta keep it in there.
And then like these two screws look like eyes in the pocket clip. And there's like there's like a D2 on it.
D2 blade steel.
And then like, what is that called again?
The pivot.
And this is the
thumb stud.
Yeah, the thumb stud, and you can see out of it because it has no back spacer, and so that's all of this knife.
Okay.
That I want to like go with that, and then a vector.
Yep, the Tangram Vector.
This is a vector.
Yep.
And this looks like a wing, and there's like another part that looks like wing, and they're on this side too. And so like there's something that says Tangram, and so like there's the thumb stud and
this one's a button lock
and the pivot, yeah, and that's all on this one.
Yep, so a very good budget knife for Tangram Vector for a button lock.
What is this? Is a cold steel.
Yep, cold steel.
And it has like a saw type to it.
Yep, that's a jimping.
And then there's like some hole in there.
Yep, this is called the Tough Light.
And there's no thumb stud in it.
Yep, just has the cutout instead of the thumb stud.
And there's like these 3 screws that look like 3 eyes, or kind of like a mouth when it's like that. And then this is like a little mouth sometimes. And then that's all for this one.
Okay.
And this is a Kershaw.
Yep.
And so it has this like little wheel thing.
Yep, that's a thumb disc instead of a thumb stud.
And then there's like a saw type to it, like this one. And so there's no back space, and you can, and then there's this like how they sometimes like put it on the pocket part, or sometimes they don't. And that's all for that one.
Yep, so there's the mixtape. So this is probably one of the smoother knives that you can get. It is on Teflon washers, but in comparison to some other knives, this is super smooth for the value. So I would recommend picking that up.
And this is a
Nemesis.
A Nemesis knife.
It's an MPR3.
And so this is, it like has that saw shape, but it's not on the blade. But it's on the cover, and see how it's like on the blade, but that's not on the blade. And so like there's the thumb stud and the
pivot.
Pivot. That's the pivot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this, and then there's a backspace, and there's like this part of the backspace.
This one's a lock back knife.
And that's all for this one today.
Dad?
And so this also has the saw shape like this one. And then there's a thumb stud, and this is a dozer design.
Yep, the K-bar dozer.
And it has the pelvet right there. Pivot. I keep getting mixed up. And then there's like a backspace.
Yeah, that's also a lock back.
I was about to say that.
Oh, okay.
And then there's like under here a little hole. A little circle. And that's all for this one today.
Already did that one.
I know, I just like them like that. And so, and this one is a
Williamson Copenhagen. Williamson Copenhagen.
Williamson
Copenhagen.
I just want to say Williams.
Okay, it's a Williamson.
And so, like, there's also the saw shape, but some of them are smaller, and some of them are but I see none else with that like
Sorry,
big
just bumped
part.
it.
Yeah. And there's like there's the pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Got it right this time.
Yep.
And this is really cool, and it looks like it's kind of like a gadget knife.
So this is called the Ready.
And see, it's like cool because this has like a scale looking type to it. And that's all for this one today. And so this one.
What was this one called?
It's funny. You can look at it while my dad's looking it up.
No, it's a Paragon.
This is a Paragon, so in like
Keep it in there.
like this, it has the screws in there look like its eyes, but that one has circles around them, and this one has an oval around it. And so this has no saw shape to it, but this is like the lock back type.
No, this
part.
is actually called an A joint. So this is actually a slip joint knife that's a little bit different. So
But
if you haven't
this-
experienced it, this is the way to go.
But this looks like cut part of a lock back.
Yeah, it looks like it though.
But it's only on the front.
Mm.
And so there's like a wing part on it, and like the pivot. That's the pivot.
Yep.
And there's no thumb stud on it. Thumb stud?
Stud.
Stud, yeah.
Yeah, right hand, left hand carry. A joint, slip joint.
And that's all for that one today. And then here we have another cold steel, and it has no, and like there's like the other cold steel, the 3 screws. And so this one is a cold steel Tonwin.
No, it's made in Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yep.
And
This is called
this
Code
one,
4.
This one has a lock back,
Yep, it's actually a
and-
triad lock, but yeah, very similar to a lock back.
and there's and there's no backspace. I mean, what's a backspace?
Well, it has the backspace, right?
Oh yeah, that's a backspace, and then it has the thumb stud and the pivot. And that's all for this one. Wait, and there's like a little saw type to it, and that's all for this one today. And here we have a Pardue. And this one has like this 3 screws that on there that look like eyes, and there's the thumb stud, and there's the pivot.
This one's the access lock, so that's why it has a little bolt that goes through it.
And there's a back spacer on it, and there's like some saw shape to it.
Yep, this one's a full-size griptilian.
And that's all for that one. And this is a Bug.
Yeah, it's a Spyderco.
Spyderco Delica 4.
Yep, that is.
And
Keep it in there.
was that funny when I said Bug?
Yep.
And there's the pivot. And you kind of can like see yourself in the pivot. And like this, it has 3 screws that look like eyes, and then there's the Spyderco signal. And that's all for this one today. And then here we have another Kershaw.
Let me make sure this one's locked before we so lock that one.
And so this one is really smooth, and it's really smooth like where's the other Kershaw? Not like, but the other one is like scaly, but this one is smooth. And then there's like the thumb stud and the pivot. Wait, is there a pivot?
Yep.
Wait. And no knife can go without a pivot. No knife can go.
Stop.
No knife can go without a pivot, right?
Yep. Yep. They all have pivots.
And so that's all for this one today.
Okay, and then so out of all of them, out of your 12 that you've chosen, which one is your favorite and why?
This one,
No,
and that.
which one is your favorite?
It's hard to decide because I like all of them.
Yeah. So which one do you like the most, though? Your favorite?
The dozer design,
Yeah. So he likes the Dozier.
because like it has like an arrow right there, and like it was the first one to like see a lock back.
You got lock back.
And so this one's my favorite, and still
Probably the color, though.
yeah, the thumb stud is a different color than like all of the other ones. And that's all.
All right. So thanks very much. That's going to be it. So thank you very much for joining us. Let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think. And have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And thank you very much.